5:41 left here in the first half of play. Oh, it's not. 13-13 is the score. I could have swore it went through the uprights there.
It sure looked like it from here.
Right? Sure looked like it was good. 13-13 is the score. PAT just missed. And, we're back, by the way. Make sure you let everybody know that you're watching this one right here on ASN. Working with a hot spot, sometimes it just doesn't do what it's supposed to do. So, anyway, but we're back. Make sure you share this out. Make sure you let everybody know that you're watching it right here on the Arkansas Sports Network. .541 left here in the first half of play. It's a tie ball game. You wouldn't expect anything else here in the state semifinals. If you come into the semifinal and it's a blowout, well, that's disappointing.
Absolutely, and, man, that extra point that they missed that could have loomed large, it's not going to now because it kind of nullifies. So, basically, we're back 0-0 now.
Tied up, 5:41 left. Good kick there from Mount Ida. It's fielded. It comes across the 30, down to close to the about 33-yard line, somewhere in there, 32. That's where we're going to begin. And that was David Hayes. Want to thank Aveda's Diner for being a part of this. First State Bank locations in Lone Oak, Carlisle, Heber Springs. Also, the Lone Oak County Farm Bureau Association. We want to thank them. Local farmers support our community, which is why Farm Bureau Insurance supports farmers with Ag Promise. A truly comprehensive policy that protects everything farmers rely on. It's affordable, backed by fast, friendly service. We promise. Ag Certified Agent tag Brian Cunningham and a Ag Promise Certified Agent, Lone Oak County. Call me at 501-676-3111 to learn more about protecting your ag business with Farm Bureau Insurance. Back to action here. Handoff goes up the middle, and that was a quick one. Caleb Elliott came real close to breaking one from a lot longer. It looks like he got about 7 to make it second down and 3.
Yeah, that was a touchdown-saving tackle because the first man through right there got through quick. Great downhill run by number 4.
Okay, make sure you're sharing this out and letting everybody know you're watching 2A state semifinals right here on the Arkansas Sports Network. I'm trying to get this out on both pages, Arkansas High School Sports Network along with the Arkansas Sports Network. So make sure you're letting everybody know.
Back to a wing tee set here for Carlisle.
This has been their most successful set so far.
There's the pitch, power. That's what I was saying earlier, why that pitch power is always so effective is you get the lead blocker with the back and you get the quarterback leading and you get the guy pulling around. It's tough.
4:35 and rolling. Looks like it's going to be real close to a first down. I think they may call out for a measurement. Let's see what they say. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to call for a measurement while I'm trying to get this out there.
What do you think? Did he get it?
Well, considering I'm trying to get all these streams out here, I don't know for sure. So they're getting the measurement out there. Let's see what they show. It looks like he got it by a good length of a football there.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
We're back here. Can you hear us? Let us know if you can hear us with the sound. If you can't, we're just trying things right now to make sure, try to see if we've got it. So 53 seconds to go, tied at 13 here, and it's first down for Carlisle. It's 13-13 as a score. Looks like ball is on the 22-yard line. Kenny Jack says we got it back. So let's just go with it how it is right here, maybe. Okay, everybody says we can hear us. So I don't know, Justin, this thing ain't working right. We'll just go with it. 53 seconds to go. Sullivan gets the ball off the right-hand side across the 20-yard line. Down to about the 18, 4-yard gain on the play. And that's going to bring up a second down here, but clock is winding. Carlisle being very methodical right now, Sean. They're not in a big hurry, but you know what? As long as you got 1 second on the clock, everything will be all right.
Now here's that power I formation, and quarterback's going to keep it behind the lead blocker.
Number 9, Holden Jones on the keeper.
So quarterback keeper there.
Gets about 3 or 4 yards
maybe
on
a
the play.
Couple there. And
tackle made by number 18, Drayton Stanley.
They're going to bring up a third down and about 6 on the play. 12 seconds, 11 seconds. Carlisle under center, 9, 8, 7, 6. Jason Sullivan across the 10, 5
number
seconds,
6,
4 seconds. So we got a timeout. I think we do.
Play. Tackle made by number 5.
So they take a timeout. Let's stay right here, Justin.
Result of that play is good for another Carlisle Bison.
You know, you think when the clock's
line.
ticking like that, you're thinking in your mind, well, they got to throw it sometime, but
right.
No, they just line it up and keep running.
So we've got 5 seconds remaining here in the first half of action. It's 13-13, and the ball is on the 9-yard line. Sean, you're a coach here. Tell us what you're looking at, what you'd be thinking right here on this play.
Well, 5 seconds on the 9-yard line. I mean, it looks like they've got one timeout remaining. I mean, I'm probably going to try to boot the quarterback out, get him out into the they've already shown that early in the game, get him out wide to the field and give that little flood concept that they ran earlier. And if Mount Ida drops in coverage, he just keeps it.
Like I said, you want to stay tuned with us. We've got a major announcement here at halftime. We're going to get to that in just a second, but we want to get to this play. Offset I here.
Looks like they may go to their toss play right here.
5 seconds to go. Little fake. You got a man, and his ball is intercepted. He's got the sideline here. He's at the 20, the 30, and that's going to bring us to the end of the half. So
number 9, Holden Jones' pass is picked off by
ball was intercepted in the end zone. Mount Ida, you got to feel good if you're Mount Ida going into half tied at 13.
Absolutely, on the road in the playoffs, and they didn't really boot it out, but they did kind of what I thought they were going to do. They a little play action and tried to hit, but this was more of a tight end pop, but great job on Mount Ida. Great first half.
Absolutely. So give us a few minutes here. We're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have some scores and highlights. Again, let me get to if we haven't gotten a chance to do sponsors just yet, we'll do their scores in just a moment. So, again, Lonoke County Farm Bureau, we want to thank them, Brian Cunningham, Riceland Foods of Carlisle and Hazen. Also, Petra Seed and Grain. Appreciate you guys being a part. Bob's Food City out of Mount Ida. First State Bank here in Carlisle, Lonoke. Also with locations in Heber Springs, Fayetteville, and in Gurdon. Let me give you a quick update real quick on the Hazen game. It's 14-12. Looks like Hazen is driving, though, as we get ready to go to halftime break. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back, and we'll be back with more of the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week. Justin, go to that ad that just scrolls there, and we're going to go ahead and get a water, come back with some scores, analysis of the first half. It's 13-13 in the state semifinals. Share this with your friends. I think we got a great one here on the Arkansas Sports Network, and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, we're back here. Halftime updates. Let's go ahead and get you some scores from around the state of Arkansas as things get pared down here. And obviously, we're in the semifinals here. Like we said, 7A, 6A, 5A, and 2A are all in the semifinals. So let's give you some scores updates from those and from the 3A and the 4A. So Bryant over Conway 28-5, Sean. I mean, that's obviously not a surprise there. Bryant going for their 5th state title in a row.
Yeah, Buck James has it rolling right now down there. But this is one thing. Conway was the team that everybody kind of thought could actually beat Bryant this year.
Well, and there's a matchup that people have been wanting to see for a long time. You might get to see it this year. Bentonville and Bryant. Bentonville leading Cabot, getting close to the half, just 6-0 there, so anything can happen there. At Little Rock Catholic at War Memorial Stadium, it's Pulaski Academy 33, Catholic 21. Catholic has not lost a game this year, but boy, I tell you what, right now, you have to play Pulaski Academy in the semifinals. That's always tough.
Yeah, well, Catholic have they not been the surprise football team of the state this year? I mean, they've been unreal good this year.
Greenwood over Benton in quarter number 2, 17-14. Benton has playing so well as of late. Very well coached there. Coach Brad Harris over at Benton. He does a great job. Little Rock Parkview over Robinson at Robinson at the half, 14-6. Yeah, that one's got to be a fun one to watch. I may go back and watch that one tonight or tomorrow when I get home. Shiloh Christian over Camden Fairview, 21-7. This is a big one, especially names when it goes to names. But I'll tell you right now, this team right here, nobody's talking about a lot, but they're as good as just about anybody in the state. The Elkins Elks leading the Nashville Scrappers 28-14 in the second.
Yeah, and Deshaun Chairs, Dizzy Dean. I've personally had to face that team this year. And as a defensive coordinator, they gave me nightmares. I didn't sleep well that week that we had to play Elkins. That's a solid football team.
David Halter says 35-5 Bryant. So we're getting them for the Fearless Fridays. So that's what we've got here. Rivercrest trailing Arkadelphia in the second quarter, 21-13. Warren over Malvern, just 7-0 in quarter number 2. That's a fun one, not too far from here.
You could see Elkins and Warren next week in Elkins.
Well, you might see it right here. Who knows? We'll see about that one. Charleston and Newport, 28-0. Charleston's a very good football team this year. In fact, they beat Elkins. The only loss Elkins has to Charleston this year, believe it or not.
Ozark, too.
Osceola and Boonville tied at 14 over at Osceola.
Yep.
Speaking of tied at 14, Melbourne and Glenrose tied at 14. Rising leading Prescott at halftime, 14-13. McGee, 14-0 over Harding Academy. And then you're here in the 2A semifinals. It's 13-13 here. And East Poinsett County was leading 14-12, but I'm pretty sure that Hazen is now leading 20-14, and that is the case there. They're leading 20-14. So a lot of good games around the state. Nothing too crazy out there. You got a few that are probably out of reach, but now we got a 28-21 game, Elkins-Nashville. That one's going to be fun to keep up with.
Well, what's crazy is it was just 28-7 Elkins, so Nashville scored twice.
Yes, just as we've been talking.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we got a huge announcement that we want to make here for the Arkansas Sports Network. And so we want you to stay with us. We're going to be back here in just a moment. Again, let's say thanks to Aveda's Diner, Frank Elder Well and Supply, First State Bank locations in Lone Oak, Carlisle, Heber Springs, Fayetteville, and Gurdon, along with Petra Seed and Grain, Riceland Foods of Hazen and Carlisle, and Lone Oak County Farm Bureau here in Carlisle. We appreciate all of you. Give us a couple minutes. We've got a major announcement we want to make here in just a moment.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
and a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Hey, Brett.
You made it.
Yeah.
Hey, my old receivers, Mark and Antonio, they want to hear more about fave rates.
Oh, right. Well, with Farm Bureau fave rates, you get a great auto quote, plus local agents and fast, friendly claims.
Nice. Hey.
All right, so we're back here on the Arkansas Sports Network. 5:41 to go. They usually add 3 minutes, though, so we're probably still about 8 minutes away from play here. Nobody's out, nobody's kicking, nobody's stretching, so I'd expect that we're going to get a 23-minute halftime, which usually goes without saying most of the time. All right, so let's get to our big announcement. We here at the Arkansas Sports Network have really tried to push out throughout the last couple of years. We've been, believe it or not, some of you probably think ASN's been around forever. It really hasn't. It hasn't been around forever, just a couple years. And we've been able to do semifinals. We've been able to do state tournaments. We've been able to do volleyball, basketball, football, baseball. We haven't done a softball game yet. We'll try to get to that sometime. We'll probably do a little softball this year. But we love high school sports. Of course, we love the Razorbacks too. And if you get a chance to go like us on Facebook, you can see our Razorback coverage throughout the state. You know, we've got, different things that we have the advantage of getting. Let me get to what we're going to talk about, though. So we love high school sports. We want to make sure that the kids are being recognized. With the Arkansas Sports Network are going to do something that we have yet to do. This is going to be at the end of this season. We're going to announce it at the end of the year. We are going to give away our first ever state football player of the year here at the Arkansas Sports Network. Now, let me explain how we're going to do this. A lot of times, Sean, when you're talking about player of the year, usually it's the highest recruited kid in the state. You know what I mean? Now, not to say that those kids are being recruited for a reason, right? But it doesn't have nothing to do with offers. It doesn't have nothing to do with how many kids or where you're committed to or whatever. It doesn't have to do with anything but this. How good were you this year as a player? It doesn't matter if you're a senior, sophomore, freshman, whatever. How good were you as a player? And then we obviously have to have a little bit of team success in there. You know what I mean? If you have two kids, let's just say there's two running backs, they both have 1,700 yards and 23 touchdowns. And then one of them, their team went to the state finals and the other team got beat in the second round. Well, you've almost got to say, well, this team maybe did just a little better, or you understand what I'm saying. We are going to try to give away. We're going to try to pick out the very best player this season in the state of Arkansas. Not necessarily is it the guy that, as a sophomore, had an offer to the Razorbacks and he put up these massive numbers and then his senior season maybe dropped off a little bit. This is just about who had the best 22 football season.
The most impactful player for their program.
That's exactly right. Who was the state MVP in a lot of ways. And we're going to give that away. Tentatively, I believe it's going to be December the 17th. And we're going to start putting lists out this week. We're going to start taking nominations this week at positions, at quarterback and at wide receiver and at running back. And then, hey, if you've got an offensive lineman that you think is just that dominant, that needs to be included, we want to do that. But what I'm saying is we want to pick out the player that has had and it doesn't matter if they play at Mount Ida or if they play at Bentonville. It does not matter. I want to know who had the most impactful season.
That's an awesome thing, and as a high school football coach, I can tell you that as somebody who really is in the business to promote kids, I think what y'all are doing is a phenomenal thing. I think it's a great thing for the student athlete, which, in all honesty, what you do here, what I do as a coach, what administration does, it's all supposed to be about the student athlete. So
that's right.
I think it's a great thing.
So, yes, so we're going to give away the very first ever State Player of the Year. We'll have an announcement out on Facebook and on Arkansas High School Sports Network along with the Arkansas Sports Network. We'll have an announcement out there very shortly about that. But again, we're going to start taking nominations. We'll have a paring down process. We'll talk to people about this player and that player. You said a guy like Deshaun Chairs at Elkins is a guy that comes to mind, along with a guy like Dizzy Dean. Those two guys have had phenomenal years this year, and those two guys, maybe in past years they don't get a chance to be considered because they play at Elkins. But this time around, we're giving everybody an opportunity, and we're going to give somebody after the finals are over, all the finals, the week after, we're going to give a State Player of the Year.
Well, I can tell you about Deshaun Chairs a little bit and tell you that he is a very respectful kid. He's a good football player, a good kid, but I don't know what his total offensive numbers are between receiving and rushing, but I guarantee you they're up there with anybody in the state.
So that's a guy that's obviously going to be considered. There are going to be guys such as Jason Sullivan here at Carlisle.
Yeah.
I mean, has had a phenomenal year this year. Luke King, a guy from Hazen, going to be considered. Obviously, the guys that are highly recruited, they're going to be considered. A guy at Malvern named Ronald Dupree. He's an unbelievable player there. He's going to be considered. We've got people that are going to be considered, and it's going to be a fun time, and we're going to give it away. Somebody's going to get a nice-looking trophy.
And I'll tell you, the quarterback for Conway is going to be in there, too. That young man, I think is a junior,
yes.
And he put up phenomenal numbers this year.
And of course, you've got guys like at Pulaski Academy, the quarterback there at Pulaski Academy, always going to put up big numbers there. There are going to be guys that are going to be considered here. And we're just excited. We're excited to be able to bring this to you, and we want to make sure that everybody knows here from the Arkansas Sports Network. I know that there are other players of the year. I know that inside the state of Arkansas, we get players of the year. Landers Award comes to my mind, but we're going to give one away ourselves.
And again, I think it's an awesome deal, and it's good for high school football, good for high school athletics.
It is. So, again, it's been an honor and a privilege to be a part of the semifinal here at 2A last week. We were here with Carlisle and Earl. That was a fun game. Last week, Jason Sullivan went for 6 touchdowns, 386 yards. And then, the kid's name slips my mind now, Earl. But he was phenomenal as well last week. 5 touchdowns, 207 yards on 7 catches.
You had Shamar Easter from Ashdown.
Yes, Shamar Easter. He's rated the number 1 player in the state. I mean, there are all kinds of guys that you can sit here and think about. I mean, obviously, you're going to have heard that name somewhere, somehow, if they've had a successful enough season. And so we just want to make sure that, hey, it doesn't matter to me where you play. We just want the very, very, very best player this year. We're going to take nominations starting this week.
Yep. Again, I think it's an awesome deal, and I'm looking forward to seeing what y'all are going to do and who's going to win it.
And we'll have all kinds of traffic on Twitter. If you haven't followed us on Twitter, do that. Again, Facebook, go like us, subscribe to us on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed already here and you've been able to watch here this week, we're hoping possibly to be somewhere next week. We'll find out here in just a moment, I guess, in a few minutes, if we're going to have an opportunity to be somewhere next week. We don't televise the finals. Arkansas PBS and the AAA will take that over next weekend. That's going to be a fun weekend. 5A, 6A, 7A finals. Those are going to be fun to watch as they're going to be crowning champions. We've got a half of football here as we get ready to crown, I'll say not necessarily crown, but who's going to go to Little Rock. We're going to find out here very, very shortly as time is running off the clock and we're getting ready for second half action.
Yep, it's go time right now. It's everything that you've worked for all summer in the heat and everything that you've played for all season comes down to these next 24 minutes on the clock.
That's exactly right. So 24 minutes to the road to the Rock for either Carlisle or Mount Ida. Both these teams are definitely familiar with being at Little Rock. Both teams, Mount Ida recently has won state championships. I don't know when the last time Carlisle won a state championship, but this is a tradition-rich town. In fact, they got a banner. I can't see it from here, and it's got state championships and semifinals and playoff appearances and all that stuff. And we're getting ready to get things going here in the second half of action. And we're ready to go. And, again, if you hadn't already did this, go ahead and share this out with your friends and let everybody know on your own social media that you're watching 2A state semifinals here on the Arkansas Sports Network. And here we are. We're getting ready to go. And here is the kick. Ball goes through the hands of the up back, safely fielded. Oh, big hit.
Big hit.
Goodness gracious.
Number 12, David Hayes on the return.
So David Hayes gets out to about the 32-yard line.
First and 10.
Carlisle's going to take over. Carlisle threw an interception with less than 5 seconds on the clock earlier. Now let's see if they can bounce back here in the second half.
I look for them to line up right here in the double. Pitch power stuff they were doing early, but here they are in the shotgun. So
shotgun formation.
Here comes
motion
the
man
counter or the counter.
They get it to Sullivan. Sullivan cuts up, gets across down to about the 40-yard line. That's where they're going to get second down, and it's going to be second and short.
They went back to that counter this time. It wasn't the quarterback this time. It was with the. They handed the ball off to the back, but, man, they have used that motion all night and used the GT back the other direction. Great misdirection look.
Sullivan is what a power back he is. But, again, you talk about the power back, he's also a guy that if he gets behind this Mount Ida defense, they're going to have a hard time catching him.
Absolutely.
2 touchdowns on the night for Sullivan. Makes 8 in the last 2 games for him. Quarterback dropping back. He's looking on the corner route. Ball went right through the hands of number 13, Dean Johnson. Sophomore defensive back there for the Mount Ida Lions. And, I mean, just like that, Mount Ida had an opportunity there.
So Carlisle ran a little snag concept right there, brought the inside guy on the snag, brought the number 3 receiver right there on a corner route, and he was a little late. He was there, but he was just a little late with the throw.
11:07 remaining here in the third quarter. 3rd down and 2, and like you said before, they're taking shots on 2nd down and short. They feel confident that they could get these 3rd downs. Handoff goes up the middle. It's going to be close. It looks like he's going to get the spot. Sullivan picks up 3 yards, and that's going to be a first down for the Bison.
Tackle made by number 12.
Yeah, just straight ahead football right there. He definitely picked it up, but about a full yard.
It's good for another Carlisle Bison. 1st and 10 for the Bison at their 43-yard line.
$13-13 is the score. Shotgun formation. Sullivan flanked off to the left-hand side. Got a flag on the play.
Penalty flags on the play.
Hazen now up
Dead ball.
34-14
Motion
over there.
against Bison.
I mean, they are that Hazen crew's tough. This Carlisle team is the team that give Hazen the toughest game this year,
5-yard
though.
penalty. Moves the ball
We'll
back
see
to the
if they're able to make it
38-yard line, where
through
they'll be
this gritty
first and
Mount Ida
15.
team.
Yeah, and in these kind of offenses, anytime you get behind the sticks, 1st and 15 is always tough. But they have the capability, and I looked for some kind of maybe last time they were behind the sticks like this, they went with the Q run.
Thanks to Bob's Food City over at Mount Ida for being a part of our broadcast tonight as well. Appreciate them. Quarterback goes up the middle. Not much doing there. Just back out to the 40. It's close to a 2-yard gain.
Jones on the carry.
And right there, right on the
9
spot,
yards,
they
2
were
yards on the play.
they went with a Q
Tackle
run when it
55,
was
Chandler
in a
Perkins.
behind the stick situation. But now they're looking at a second down,
Brings up
13.
2nd and 13 from the 40.
Yeah, that's about 13. Maybe, 13's probably about right. Ball on the 40. Wide receivers looks like they're gonna bunch up over here on the left-hand side.
Look for them to maybe come back to that snag concept if they do throw it right here.
They're rolling out.
Flood.
Got a man.
Number 9, Holden Jones pass.
Gets
complete
down to the 49-yard line, so that's a 9-yard gain. Got a flag on the play, though.
49-yard line.
That was a little flood. They went back to that flood concept they did earlier. Anytime he rolls out into the short side of the field, they ran flood.
Again, Carlisle throwing the ball more than we saw last week. Now, I guess they didn't need to throw it when you got a back going for 386.
No, typically you don't ever need to throw it in those situations. Holding on the defense.
Okay, so that's automatic first down, I believe, is it not?
The Lions.
It is going to be a first down.
I think they got the chains mixed up over. They thought it was an offensive hold because they backed him way up.
So now they're going from the spot of the foul. It's a 10-yard penalty, so they're going to be pretty close to the 40-yard line.
Added on to that completion. The result of that is another Carlisle Bison.
Carlisle in Mount Ida territory now.
Yard line of the Lions.
Ball on the close to the 40, not quite there.
Number 10's here into the short side, and they're back in that cover 3. I don't think they're going to throw the quick screen right here, but they could because they like to throw it to him.
Motion man comes off to the right-hand side. Little mesh play kind of read. It really, I don't know if you'd even call that a read, but
no, it's more just a straight lead play, really.
That's exactly what it is. Following Sullivan into the hole. He might have been a little bit more patient, kind of let that develop there.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think he actually got ahead of him just a little bit, and it kind of cost him.
574 devices on us right now. Appreciate you joining us here. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that share button. If you haven't subscribed to us, go ahead and do that as well. We appreciate everybody that's being part of the broadcast tonight. Shotgun formation. Sullivan motions out of the backfield. They're looking deep. They're looking at Sullivan. Ball underthrown. And Mount Ida almost came up with one there.
For number 6,
but wasn't able to come up with it. Ball comes back to the 40-yard line. We're going to do it over again, 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, I saw them run that actually in warm-ups. That's where they motion him out and just push motion, and then he runs a wheel route, and it's off of that same snag concept that they just ran earlier.
8 minutes and 19 seconds to go here in the 3rd. Carlisle in the 3rd and 10. And I'll tell you what, this Mount Ida team, very gritty, very gutty, very tough. They're not letting Carlisle just do what they want tonight. And Sullivan trying to find a hole, gets across the 35 and gets down to the 30. Tell you right now, give number 5, Ben Woodfield, a little bit of credit there.
Ben
Woodfield took on Sullivan.
It's going to be 4th and 2, looks like.
And that's going to be a short 2, long 1 there. So they didn't quite get it. Woodfield kept him from getting the first down just by standing up and taking him on.
Yeah, and that play was totally called right there to get basically thinking we got 2 plays to get a first down right there.
So here we go. 8:12 remaining, 4th and 2, ball on the 32-yard line. Carlisle going to take a timeout. Let's take a quick one with them. Ball, it's tied at 13. Ball on the 32, 4th and 2. When we come back, we've got a barn burner here on the 2A state semifinals. We'll be back in just a moment.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
Back here, 4th down and short for Carlisle. 8:12 remaining in the third quarter of action. It's been a great ball game here, very tough, just hard-nosed, hard-hitting ball game on both sides. 4th and 2, though, here. Big play coming up. Ball goes outside to Sullivan. Sullivan picks it up. Good.
Number 6, Jason Sullivan.
Good pick up there for Carlisle. Good call. He picked up 5 yards on the 2-yard 4th and 2. Just enough for a first down.
Brad, right before we went to the break, I was going to say this feels like a really big play in this game, and the coach obviously felt that way too because he called timeout. Good timeout by Coach Jock.
Get it to Sullivan. That's a big one right there. Carlisle slowing down again, being pretty methodical here. Little wing tee set. Double wing set.
Here comes a toss.
Power toss. Sullivan breaks outside. He's got the edge and good tackle. And I'll tell you what, that was a touchdown-saving tackle there by number 34. And that's Lane Nolan. Nolan having a great ball game tonight.
When they put Sullivan in the wing right there and brought him in motion, was there any doubt who was getting the ball on that?
That's right. Local farmers support our community, which is why Farm Bureau Insurance supports farmers with Ag Promise, a truly comprehensive policy that protects everything farmers rely on. It's affordable and backed by fast, friendly service. We promise. Here's the play. Nice play up the middle. Good little trap play there, and I'll tell you what, they didn't expect it.
No, that was a very good trap play right there, and well executed by the front of Carlisle.
So that's a second down and short. Here we're
7-yard line.
Ball on the 7. Brian Cunningham, an Ag Promise certified agent in Lonoke County. Call him at 501-676-3111 to learn more about protecting your agri business with Farm Bureau Insurance. And we've got a flag on the play.
Penalty flags on the play.
Looks like he might be signaling a legal substitution, maybe. Nope.
False start.
False start.
Against the Bison.
That's going to put them in about a 2nd and 6 now instead of a 2nd and 1.
Ball goes back to about the 12, 13-yard line here.
Back out to about the 12-yard line where it'll be second down in about 6.
Time is running. Boy, y'all, we're going to be out of here by 9 o'clock.
It's been a very cleanly played game, and not a lot of flags in this game. There's a trap again.
Again, right up the middle. Of course, when you're having to key on Sullivan like they are, that trap play can definitely catch you off guard. They're trying to get those tackles to be flowing towards Sullivan and cut up right underneath them.
That brings up 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, and they're going to leave the 3 technique unblocked and let him come upfield, and they're going to trap him, and they've been successful with that play. I look for them to go to the pitch power right here, to be honest with you.
So 3rd down and 3, ball on the 10 now.
They're in the power I formation. Here it comes.
Yep, and there it is. Good breaking tackle by Sullivan. He gets up. Oh, my goodness. What a run by Sullivan. He made something out of nothing right there. It looked like they had him hemmed up in the backfield, but 5'9", 209, that's hard to bring down, and Carlisle has a lead, 19-13.
Yeah, and it looks like they're leaving the offense out there to go for 2.
Which is probably a good call at this point. So Carlisle going to go for 2, 5:29 to play here in the third quarter.
This is a huge play for Mount Ida. This really is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They've been kind of quick strike on offense. So
Yes. Carlisle took the opening kickoff, 6.5-minute drive. Sullivan up the middle. And are they going to deny? My goodness, did they get it? No signal.
No,
I don't think they got it. And again, we're talking about extra points here.
No good.
So, wow. So we're going to go to a quick break. 5:29 to go. 19-13 Carlisle. We'll be back in just a moment.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers
and a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
We're back here on the Arkansas Sports Network. 5:29 left in the third quarter. Big-time run by Jason Sullivan. And, again, we talk about Arkansas Player of the Year. A guy like Sullivan is going to have to be considered for an award like that.
Absolutely. But, man, what a great play on that two-point conversion by Mount Ida. That kind of stuff right there keeps you in a football game.
Mount Ida, to their credit, they've been very hard-nosed. Kickoff goes out of bounds again.
Kickoff goes out of bounds at about the
So they're going to get the ball on the 35, and we're going to start over
flag
again.
on the play.
Mount Ida trying to answer. They've been able to answer every score with a score of their own. They've opened up the passing game a little. And that, boy,
First
by
and
the end of
10
this one,
blue lines.
there's going to be something big is going to happen in this ball game.
They hit that waggle pass earlier, and, man, very well executed, and they were well behind the defense.
You can see that replay there, and I think I'm a little bit behind that. I'm watching the replay now. So Mount Ida lining up. Quarterback Carter Roten handing it off. And,
First man through.
First man through. Not much doing there.
Number 25.
That split veer is so tough because, like I mentioned earlier, how quick it hits downhill. And the snap count's so fast because they get under center and it's like bam.
About the 36-yard line.
5:07 remaining here in the third quarter. Ball in the 36-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain there. Mount Ida coming up to the ball quick out of the huddle. Roten getting them lined up. Toss goes to the outside off the left-hand side. A good gain there. Going to get close to, I believe that's going to be 3rd and 5. Much more manageable play there for the Lions at 3rd down.
Yeah, that rocket toss play that they run, that's such a staple of the split veer team. But, man, Carlisle's done a good job against that play in this game.
Talk about, you hear on defense a lot, you're a defensive coach, set the edge. In a play like that, you got to get the edge set.
Yeah, they set the edge. They've done it all night on that, and then they've brought people out of the secondary to make plays. I mean, they're playing as cover 3.
And a little trap play, and I believe it's going to be enough for a first down.
Number 25.
That's number 25, Jacob Woodfield on the carry. The Woodfield brothers having a good game tonight. Ben Woodfield and Jacob Woodfield both being big-time players for the Mount Ida Lions. And that's the great thing about 2A football especially. You're going to have brothers on the team. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Here we are, ball on the 46-yard line. Gets right out to about the 50, maybe just across it. And that was number 18, Drayton Standridge on the carry. And that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6 here for the Lions.
Both of these teams tonight have ran the trap play literally to perfection. I mean, it really has. It's been a thing of beauty. Both teams have been able to hit that inside A-gap on the trap.
2nd down and 6. Just across the 50 is the ball. Oh, met in the hole. My goodness. Who is that met him in the hole? That's big number 36 for Carlisle, Ethan Foster, 5'8", 190-pound linebacker, and he met him with some force.
He brought all 190 right there and stuff.
We're going to call it 3rd and 5. 3rd down and 5, Mount Ida getting lined up. Ball goes off the left-hand side. Is that going to be enough for first? It's not. They're going to
34.
mark it short here. So that's going to bring up
Pick
fourth
up
down
about
and
4 yards
short
on the
for the
play. Tackle made
Lions.
by number 36.
And
You know they're going.
oh, absolutely. Ball just outside the 45-yard line. Marker
That
shows
brings up fourth
probably
down and
just a
about
little less than
a
one
yard.
here on this play.
The 45-yard line.
Mount Ida's been pretty good on fourth down tonight. Let's see if they can make it happen again. Fourth down and 1.
I look for this to be a dive play, but don't be shocked if the quarterback pulls it.
First man through. Is it going to be enough? I believe it is.
Yeah, they got the spot over there.
Number
That's
18,
going to be Drayton
Standridge
Standridge picking up the first down. And now Mount Ida methodically moving it into Carlisle territory as we come close to the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter of play.
Tackle made by number 7.
Brad, I think
70,
they've been setting this up for a while. Do not be
Go for that
surprised
play.
here in a little bit if they fake that midline or they fake that dive and the quarterback is able to pull it and get on the outside.
So just coming up on 2 minutes left here in the third. Ball on the 44-yard line.
Little overset, and then they're running the reverse back the other way.
He gets the first down and more, gets up to the 30, down to the 25-yard line. And that's at Lane Nolan. He's making his presence felt again.
Pick up about
Just got enough speed to get around the
on
end.
the play. Tackle made by number
Yeah, they
44,
went to an
Gabe Moore.
overset right there, and
First and 10
Carlisle
for the Lions,
overshifted to the
25-yard
overset and
line.
left the backside wide open, and they were able to take advantage of it.
So 1:36 to play and counting. Ball goes up the middle.
Number 18, Drayton.
I feel like at this point, I don't know what they expect to have. You know, if they have expecting a lot of success up the middle, but they're doing enough to keep Carlisle honest by doing that.
And the trap play up the middle has been a big play for them, but I'm
Brings up
telling
second
you,
and a
here in a little bit,
long
the quarterback is going to
about
pull
20
this football.
Yeah, 24-yard line.
So under a minute to play now.
I look for Rotten here in a minute to pull the football. I really do. I feel like it's coming. They've been setting it up for a while.
Little option play. I think you called that one, didn't you?
Number 4, Carter Routon on the keeper. Pick up about 7-8 yards on the play.
So that's enough for a first
Tackle made by
down.
Number 4, Caleb.
I tell you
Elliott.
what, man, you just can't say enough about the grit and the toughness of this Mount Ida Lion football team. They're not laying down. They're not giving up. This is just a great football game, and it should be. With 4 teams left in the state, you should have good football.
Absolutely. And right here, I kind of look for the trap to come right here.
3rd down and 2. Ball goes up the middle, just down across the 15.
Number 18,
It's going to be
Drayton
close to a
Standridge on
first
the
down.
carry. Pick up a couple yards on the play. Tackle made by number 65, Luke Petty.
Looks like they are going to move the chain. 7 seconds remaining here in the third. I think that's going to be our final play.
Yeah, they've got
First
the quarter.
and 10 for the Lions at the Bison 15-yard line.
And that is the final play of the third. And we are witnessing
That is the end of the third
fastest
quarter.
game
Bison
in
19, Lions
high school
13.
football history, it feels like. 19-13 is the score. Guys, we're going to the fourth quarter. A one-score ball game. If you haven't shared this out with your friends, let them know that you're watching football right here on the Arkansas Sports Network. It's going to be a good one as we come back for fourth quarter action in just a moment.
Hey, Brett.
You made it.
Yeah.
Hey, my old receivers, Mark and Antonio, they want to hear more about favorites.
Oh, right. Well, with Farm Bureau favorites, you get a great auto quote, plus local agents and fast, friendly claims.
Nice.
Hey.
Should we warn them?
Oh, that's broken.
Get great auto rates and local agents at favrates.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
Sorry.
Totally worth it.
Fourth quarter action, 2A state semifinals. 6-point game. Mount Ida driving. We've seen 2 big-time stops on extra – well, 3 actually big-time stops on extra points. So here we are again. It's 19-13. Ball's on the 15-yard line. Mount Ida has first down and 10 here as we begin the fourth quarter.
Absolutely, and these are the kind of drives right here. If you can punch it in, those stops on special teams can make an absolute difference in this football game.
Here's the first man through, gets the handoff. He's still up. He's dragging people down. Get close to the 5, maybe inside the 5, and it's going to be real close to a first down.
Tackle made by number 7, Lawson.
Let's see where they spot it here. Lawson Petrus on the tackle. Thanks to Petrus Seed and Grain for sponsoring tonight's ball game. We appreciate them. It is going to be first down and goal for Mount Ida as they're trying to go in to take the lead here on the Bison. First man through, and that's going to be just a gain of about maybe 2 on the play. Going to bring up second down and goal.
Pick up a couple yards.
Big 4-down situation here, Sean.
Absolutely, and this is here's where you're probably looking. If they're going to go back to that toss play, you're probably looking at the toss coming right here. Because right now Carlisle's got everybody in the box. Everybody's up on the line of scrimmage. First man through
again. And
he got
a signal. That's a touchdown, and I can't even see who got it.
Touchdown Lions.
Is that number 18? I believe it is number 18 on the carry, and that is your guy, Drayton Standridge. And now Mount Ida ties it up with 10:56 to go in this ball game. It's a tie ball game. Extra points have been massive, and here we are again. Can Mount Ida take the lead?
This extra point looming right here is huge, and if it is, what they have been able to do defensively on special teams will be.
Kick is up, and it is good, and Mount Ida has a 1-point advantage, 10:56 to go. We'll be back here in just a moment after a quick break. You're watching 2A State semifinal action on the Arkansas Sports Network.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Thanks to Arkansas Tech University, D3 Auto Sales, the Arkansas Army National Guard Heirloom Legal. They've been sponsors for us throughout the first semester, Arkansas Tech being a title sponsor. You've got a couple Arkansas Tech grads and the guy that attended Arkansas Tech up here. We like Arkansas Tech University. Give them an opportunity if you're looking for a school. They've got a good school over there at Roseville. Anyway, Mount Ida lining up. Here's the kickoff. Hayes gets out to the outside, cuts up, and there's going to be a tackle. We've got a flag on the play 12, in the area of holding.
On the return, brings the ball back out to about the 28-yard line. There's a flag on the play.
In the area of holding, it looks like. Let's see what they call, though. $10:49 to play in this ball game. Carlisle has been so methodical on their drives. If they're able to score right here, Sean, you got to think if they do, they're not going to leave a lot of time left if they're able to. And then if you're Mount Ida, you really haven't been stopped after the first drive. They've been somewhat methodical.
Got a block
below the waist. Yeah. They've been somewhat methodical in their drives. And so you got to think maybe whoever has the ball last might win this ball game.
Absolutely. And, you know, with the way they're running the football, I mean, they can take 8-9 minutes off the clock right here in 10 minutes and 9 seconds left.
So now Carlisle lining up for it. Got the ball on the 14-yard line as they start this drive. Handoff goes up the middle, and ball goes to Sullivan.
Jason Sullivan on the carry. Pick up
Mount Ida has done a pretty good job on Sullivan tonight. Sullivan's got 3 touchdowns, but I'm telling you,
Tackle made by number 12.
They have really been
Ashton
tough.
Humphreys brings up second down.
I want to thank Aveda's Diner.
At the 11-yard line.
Aveda's Diner, and we've also got Frank
16-yard
Elder Well and Supply for being a part of tonight's action. Guys, could not do these without you. Make sure that you support these local businesses if you're watching from Carlisle.
Now, not a little late in getting set up here. Here comes that.
Little handoff goes to Sullivan, I do believe.
And see, that time, they've been motioning number 10 all night and then running GT the opposite way. That time they gave him in return motion and put him back out for an option pitch. So look for that to be something that they could go to here in a little bit.
3rd down and 5. Ball is right at the 20-yard line here. And you got to think here, time begins to wind down. I know Carlisle, if they don't make it right here, they're going to have to punt it. But, boy, you give them the ball back down 1, and you haven't really been able to stop them.
Comes the pitch power. Quarterback.
Quarterback trap play. I'm not sure he got the first down.
He's
so
a little short.
Now we've got a decision for Carlisle. It looks like it's going to be about maybe 4th down and 1. Maybe, yeah, it's going to be a short one at that. So now Carlisle's got to make a decision deep in their own territory. Ball is going to be close to the 25-yard line.
They're going to measure.
They are going to measure this one.
This is timeout for measurement.
But if you're a coach right here, Sean, you are a coach. Tell me what you're thinking right here in a situation like this with 9:22 to go.
Well, first off, the coach probably requested a measurement so he could set something up. I figure with knowing the way they're controlling the clock and the way they're going to run right here, you've almost got to think that going for it is.
Oh, that's first down.
Result of that play is good for another Carlisle Bison.
That's great spot.
There you go. They got it.
25-yard line.
First down and 10. I thought he was a little short, but, he got it. So, first down and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line for Carlisle. Of course, they started on the 14, so, and it's not quite the 25, but, it's right at 10 yards. So
yeah, absolutely. You always request a measurement as coach because you get two things. You're either going to get the first down or you're going to get a chance to set something up.
Motion man. Little handoff, a little fake handoff. They're running the option play just as you had called. Goodness gracious. Huge hit from behind, but not before. Holden Jones picks up the first down. And that big number 12, Ashton Humphreys, come through and put the lick on him, but not before he got a first down. In fact, he might have.
And he was able to get it. They're doing a great job right now with motion and misdirection.
Now ball, it's under 9 minutes to play. Ball on about the 42-yard line now. Oh, I'm sorry, 37-yard line. Motion. Carlisle
There's that screenplay.
Throwing it out to Hayes. Hayes trying to make the first man miss.
Nice job.
Good tackle there by Ben Woodfield.
Number 9, Holden Jones. Pass. Complete to number 12, David Hayes. Pick up of about 4 yards.
I'll tell you what,
play.
Sean, the toughness and grit of these two communities really is coming through in this ball game.
Absolutely. This has been a really good football game. This is kind of old school football that you love. But Carlisle's been able to go to that. And great adjustment by Mount Ida to actually stop that quick screen.
Now we're under 8 minutes to play. The home team, Carlisle, down 1 here as they have the ball. Ball's across the 40-yard line, just about the 41. Well, it looks like Carlisle's going to take a quick timeout. We're going to take one with them. We're going to go to that local advertisement there if we can. Appreciate all of our local advertisers for making this possible. Thanks to Riceland Foods of Carlisle and Hazen for being a part of what we're doing. They've been great supporters of us, and we do appreciate them so much. Here we are, second down and about 7 yards to go. Handoff goes to Sullivan. Sullivan across the 45, across the 50. He's breaking tackles down to the 49-yard line. That's a first down. And I tell you right now, Sean, this kid, he's so impressive. He's a hard runner. You know, like I said, things came a little bit easy for the last time. It hasn't been so easy, but he's hard-nosed and tough.
Absolutely. That was just a great run right there, and that was all on effort alone because they actually hit him at the line of scrimmage, and he was able to break 3 or 4 tackles to get the first down.
So first down and 10 for Carlisle, under 7.5 to go now. First man through, handed off, gets down close to the 40, down to the 41-yard line, and that is Caleb Elliott. Caleb Elliott on the carry there. And that's going to bring up second down and short. And you know what? Carlisle might take a shot right here.
They have been doing that most of the night on 2nd and 1. By the way, they went back to the trap right there. Man, that trap has been a killer up front.
Hazen up 42-14 over there over East Poinsett County. And so now Hazen likely going to win that one. Who is going to have the right to play Hazen at War Memorial unless something crazy happens? Handoff goes around the end. It looked like he might have had a hole there and might have missed it. Corey Lenz had it. Now we got a lineman down. He's picking himself up. Kind of ankle there. I believe that's big number 77.
Looks like they spotted him just a little short.
Hayden Engel.
3rd and inches.
So 3rd down and inches. I felt like that Lenz might have had, if he had cut it up, I felt like he had at least enough for the first down there. So ball on the 40-yard line. It is 3rd down, and you can't even call it a yard right now. Maybe 7 or 8 inches.
Quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's going to be enough. Jones picking up the first down. He gets about 5 yards on that quarterback sneak. And as you're looking, you're watching that time just tick away here. But you know, one of the biggest plays that we've had in this ball game, Sean, was right before halftime. Mount Ida was able to intercept the football and keep Carlisle out of the end zone. This would be a Carlisle advantage. If not, anything can happen here in this last 5:35 in this ball game.
Absolutely, and you're sitting here 1st and 10. They're not going to throw the football right here. This is run time. They're just going to try to get as much clock as they can. There's that.
Ball goes to the right-hand side.
Number 9, Holden Jones on the keeper. Pick up a yard on the play.
Not much there.
Ran a little Q counter right there. I'm looking for this. You know, they're going to try to run as much this as they can, and they're going to go back to what's been working. I look for trap coming right here on 2nd and 9.
Coming up on 5 minutes now, just under it. 2nd down, they only got maybe a yard on that last play. Carlisle okay with being methodical at this point in time. Sullivan gets it. He cuts it up. Bounces off a tackler, gets across the 30 to the 25, down to about the 23-yard line. That's an 11-yard gain for Sullivan. 4 minutes and 38 seconds on the clock. Another first down for the home team, Bison.
1st and 10 for Bison.
And he was able to bounce it outside. Good job of changing things up.
So here we are now, as again, that time just keeps running. Carlisle inside the 25-yard line, now ball at the 24. First man through, I believe that's Caleb Elliott. Elliott picks up a decent gain there. Ball down to about the 16-yard line there.
And you'll never believe this, they went back to it. They went back to that trap, inside trap.
So now Carlisle just moving it and marching it.
And that clock is ticking.
And I said we'd be out of here before 9 o'clock. We may very well be out of here before 9 o'clock.
Well, here's the good thing is Mount Ida has 3 timeouts still. Carlisle just has the 1.
Make sure you're sharing this. This is a great 2A semifinal game. 1 point advantage for Mount Ida, but Carlisle is driving.
Comes pitch power.
Nope.
The quarterback.
Little quarterback trap play, little lead play.
About 5 yards on the play.
So that looks like it's going to be enough for a first down. Ball is down to about the 12, maybe the 11-yard line now.
12, Ashton Humphreys.
Time is still running, and with Mount Ida with the 1 point advantage, but Carlisle with the ball and looking to go in at this point. Time is becoming the enemy of the team that is behind, whoever that might be. Right now it's Carlisle, but it could be Mount Ida pretty quickly.
Well, Carlisle right now is in good position in this game where they're setting out on the 12-yard line, 1st and 10 here.
Carlisle can still pick up a first down. Sullivan cuts it back, gets down to about the 10.
You was talking about setting edge. Mount Ida just did a phenomenal job right there setting the edge.
Brad Caldwell, Sean Caldwell bringing you the action here as here on the Arkansas Sports Network. 20-19. 2 minutes left here. Who's going to go to War Memorial Stadium? The winner likely to have Hazen, as Hazen's running away with that one over there against East Poinsett County. Coming up on 2 minutes to play. Handoff to the first man through. That's Elliott. And we've got a timeout. Timeout. Mount Ida, 2:01 to play. Let's go to the local scroll there. Justin, tell you what, don't even mute us. We'll talk over. Huge. So we're back here, 2:01 to play. 3rd down and 4, ball on the 6-yard line, state semifinals. Carlisle with the ball. They can get a first down here, so keep that in mind. Handoff goes to Sullivan, and ball that people are going down. You can see he got some yardage. I don't know what they're going to call here. Where's the spot going to be? He may have been in that territory. They go ahead and reset the downs. They stop the clock. 1:54 remaining. Carlisle is going to have an opportunity here just in a moment. It's either going to be 4th down, either going to be 4th and short here, or they're going to have a first down with 1:54 to play. Either way, they're going for it.
Yep, either way they're going for it. You can bet on that one. I'm going to say this one's going to be real close. I'm going to say he might have got this one.
Yeah, it looked like it was possible. 50-16 Hazen right now. Wow. 50-16. Hazen's got such an explosive offense over there. Now you call it first down.
I just felt like with his forward lean. Now you got 1st and goal here. But with the way Mount Ida's been tough all night, it would not surprise me right here to see a goal line stand.
That's right. So here we are, 1:50 to play. Ball, they say, is on the 3. Ball is on the 3. It looks like it's just inside the 3 here with 1:40 and counting. Mount Ida trying to make a stand here. Carlisle has done a great job of being methodical. Quarterback keeper, quarterback sneak. Do they make a signal yet? I see no signal yet. 1:27 and counting. We do have a signal. That's a touchdown. Carlisle 25-20 as the quarterback sneak from Holden Jones was enough to get across the goal line. And, boy, I'll tell you what kind of credit can you give Carlisle right there? Getting the ball and just marching it down the field methodically.
Didn't they get the ball with 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go?
Yes, it was close, and the ball was on the 14-yard line down here when they started the drive. So unbelievable drive there, and they just did exactly what you want as a football team. So here we are, 1:24 left. This is a huge 2-point conversion, by the way.
Absolutely.
2-point attempt. Carlisle got to make something happen. Sullivan, oh no, there was a ball on the ground. Where is it? What do we have?
No, it's
so
not good.
They faked the handoff to Sullivan, tried to run the pitch. Ball hit the ground, and again, Carlisle's unable to get the extra point. And so because of that, they now only lead by 5. Yep. A touchdown by Mount Ida probably wins it.
Yep, and Mount Ida has showed the ability tonight to have some big plays. They were able to hit the waggle pass earlier for the big play. So, I mean, you know that's in their repertoire, but they still have 2 timeouts.
That's right. So, and look, Mount Ida has been methodical some, but they've also been able to do a little more quick strike. So here we are with 1:24 to play. Mount Ida down 5, going to get the ball. And I tell you right now, if you're Carlisle, right now, you don't want to give them the ball on the 35. You want to try to get it back further if you can. They've been getting the ball on the 35 the whole time.
Yeah, you're going to try to kick this as deep as you can. Right here is an opportunity and as you can see, Mount Ida has brought their back guys back up just a little bit. Well, they are going to kick it short.
Oh, ball's on the ground, and it's going to be picked up and really just sat on, I guess, by number 25, Jacob Woodfield. So now Mount Ida is going to take over. Ball on the 32. They've got 68 yards to go, 1:22 left. And like you said, Sean, they've got 2 timeouts remaining here. So they've got time. They can make something happen here. So this game's not over. If you haven't done it already, make sure you share this out. 1:22 left till somebody is going to War Memorial Stadium. Hazen looks like they're in. Will it be Carlisle? Will it be Mount Ida? We're going to find out here in just a moment.
Yeah, you're going to look for a waggle pass right here or an option, something trying to get them on the outside.
We got a stoppage in play. Timeout Carlisle. They're going to take their last one here of the half. Go ahead and go to that local scroll again, Justin. We'll just stay here talk over it. Bob's Food City of Mount Ida, appreciate you for being a part. We'll get to all of our sponsors. Thank you again before this is over. But, boy, we've got the ball on the 32-yard line, 82 seconds remain in this ball game.
There it comes.
Little option play, gets to the outside, gets to the 35, gets out of bounds across the 35 to the 37 is where they're going to spot it. 5-yard gain, 1:16 to play, just 6 seconds come off the clock there.
Yeah, no surprise there at all. I wouldn't be shocked at all right here to see them try to go back to it.
From 37-yard line.
So 1:16 to go now, ball on the 37. After the 5-yard, 6-yard gain is what they're going to call it. So 2nd and 4. First man through, ball is handed off. That's to number 25. That's 25. Woodfield. He's got it. Coming up on a minute to play now.
On the play, tackle made by number 44, Gabe Bull. That brings up 3rd and 1.
Coming up on 1 minute remaining.
He didn't get off the field.
They didn't get him off the field, so 57 seconds to go. That's going to be 12 men on the field on Carlisle.
Yards on the play.
And that is going to be a flag on the play on Carlisle.
It's going to be it's going to give them a first down right here because I don't think they got it on the run.
No, and it looks like they're spotted short on the run.
Yeah, but this is going to be a 5-yard penalty. It's going to be a first down, so they're going to have a chance right here. And notice that they're running everything into this boundary, so I'm expecting a waggle or something to get them on the outside back to the field.
So 55 seconds remain in this ball game. What are they going to call here?
I really don't think there's much discussion on this. I don't think he got off the field.
I agree.
Yeah.
Illegal substitution. So that's going to move them up. So, that's going to get them to, the 47-yard line now, which is going to be enough for a first down.
Ball will be placed at the 45-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions.
So Mount Ida now has a first down and 10. Ball on just across the 45.
There's the pass.
Got a man on the outside. That's going to be short of the first down. Mount Ida.
Number 4, Broughton's pass.
Are they calling a timeout? They're not.
34.
We've got 42 seconds remaining.
I think they're going to run a dive play right here, try to get the first down, then call time, and then be able to. They got him again.
Wow. So we've got time still running off the clock. They haven't stopped the clock yet.
Penalty flag on the play.
Clock is still running.
Stop the clock.
They finally do stop it, so now we got to see what they're going to call here.
38 seconds. They're saying reset to 38 seconds.
Parkview is beating Robinson 27-12. I tell you what, we've done some Parkview this year.
Illegal substitution
Unbelievable.
against the Bison.
Unbelievable speed there. So 5-yard. It's going to be another 5-yard penalty.
Yep.
Now, here's the thing, though. They really stopped the play, but I guess they're just going to go ahead and call it, move it up 5 yards, because that is the spot. They were just shy of the first down there. So now it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Yeah, put 38 seconds back up on the clock. That's pretty correct, I think.
Yeah, the one thing that Carlisle's going to have to stop doing is trying to make these late substitutions, because right now Mount Ida's in scramble mode, getting up the line of scrimmage. That's cost them 2 first downs on 3rd and 1 or 2nd and 1. There's the mark off.
All right, so now the ball is on the 40-yard line with 38 seconds to go. Man, they're within enough distance here.
Here come. I believe if they go twins to the right like they've been doing, I see option coming back into the wide side of the field here.
38 seconds remain. Ball on the 40-yard line. Mount Ida breaks the huddle. They're coming up.
Here we go.
Carlisle looks like they got 2 safeties over the top here. Wing T formation for Mount Ida. They're dropping back the pass. He's got a man behind the defense. He catches it. It's down to the 5-yard line.
He dropped it.
Ball is down. What do they call? They call it complete, incomplete. Well, it looked like he caught it right there.
They're still talking.
Let's see what they call. Big call coming up right here. They call it a catch. Mount Ida comes up with the catch. 28 seconds remaining. Ball is inside the 10-yard line. Mount Ida is in the huddle. 2 timeouts still remain. They take a timeout. Oh, my goodness. What a play. And that was Lane Nolan again coming up with a massive play to help Mount Ida get inside the 10-yard line.
I'm going to tell you what, Coach White right there, great timeout by him from Mount Ida, because here's what happened. You're in a scramble situation. Everybody's running around, all hectic as break. There's chaos running around. He's going to call timeout, settle his guys in. You got 28 seconds, still got a timeout right here. You can run. I mean, where they're at right now, you still got the option in play.
Right.
And you've still got the waggle pass in play. So there's things right here that they can do. Good timeout by Coach White.
Yeah, and you got the replay there to see it. He did come up with the catch. I think there was 2 steps, and then he hits the ground. The ball comes out. And so, great call by the referees there. You know, you want to criticize the referees all the time, but he caught the ball.
They're on the 9-yard line. Every play in their playbook right now is available.
That's right. So
with a timeout.
So here we are. We're in the state semifinals. We're down inside the 10-yard line. 28 seconds to go.
There's the toss.
Toss goes wide. He gets to the edge. Maybe he does it.
Timeout.
Number 25, Woodfield on the carry.
Good job by Carlisle.
Pick up of yard 2.
Clock is still running. Clock is still running.
You gotta call the timeout right here.
12 seconds to go. Mount Ida takes a snap. They spike it.
Number 4.
So 7 seconds. Now, are we setting up for a field goal here?
I mean,
is that what we're doing?
No, they can't.
No?
They will lose the game.
No, obviously not. What are we doing on time here? They had a timeout. They still got a timeout left. Why didn't they take it there?
I don't know. What's probably going to happen right here? But you almost let enough time get off the clock. You can't run the ball now. You're going to have to run. It's going to have to be waggle or boot right here. One of the two's coming.
All right, guys. So here we are. This is it. Maybe. Well, you've got one timeout, so not necessarily. 7 seconds to go. Mount Ida hands it off. On the outside, he's tackled in the backfield.
Timeout.
2 seconds, 1 second. Time off the clock. We've got, I believe they're going to stop the play here. They are going to stop the play. So they're saying the game's over, but it ain't.
No, the coaches and the fans and the players are saying the game's over. The officials are saying it's not.
So there should be at least 2 seconds, maybe 1 second. This is the final play of the ball game here.
And at this point, the only people that matters their opinion is the guys.
That's right. That's right. So we've got a timeout, Mount Ida. There's 2 seconds remaining. Well, they got 3 on the clock.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It doesn't matter. It's one snap of the ball is all we've got left.
Coach White was calling timeout with 3 seconds to go. And here's now you've put yourself in a situation. You have to throw the football now.
Yes, so ball is on, it looks like about the 11, maybe the 12.
So what they've been able to do 2 different times, they've ran waggle. And the corner route has been wide open versus Carlisle's coverage. But in this, Carlisle's going to back their guys up to the goal line. They're second. No, they're not.
All right. So here we go. It comes down to one play, folks.
Well, I'm telling you right now, if they wanted to go post on the other side with twins, it's there.
One play.
They have no safety in the middle of the field.
Uh-oh, they got a hard count. That's offsides.
It's going to be 5 of them.
So I'm going to say this, and I know it sounds funny. That might be advantage Carlisle because it shrinks the field.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, yes. But this kind of an offense, don't be shocked if they go option here with 5 yards to gain. If they fake the dive into the line of scrimmage and then put put 2 people on the outside.
So ball now on about the 5 or 6. Scoreboard says 5, but it's outside the 5. It's on the 6. Quarterback rolls out to the right. He's being chased. He throws it in the corner. Carlisle's going to the state finals by virtue of a 25-20 victory in the state semifinals at their home field. Carlisle will take on Hazen at War Memorial Stadium.
What a football game. And, man, what a heartbreak for Mount Ida because those kids played their absolute guts out.
We've got students coming onto the field. We've got fireworks on the left-hand side. It has been an amazing ball game, just like you would think a state semifinal would be. And, boy, what a ball game it has been right here on the Arkansas Sports Network. Boy, we appreciate everybody that has joined us tonight. Let's go to that local scroll real quick as we go out on our So Carlisle
Congratulations
getting
for
their
coming
road
out
to the Rock. They're getting their ticket. They punched their ticket. You can see it here. I've never seen them do this for football. I've seen them do it basketball. Never seen them do it for football. So, wow, what a game. What a time here at Carlisle. And it's just what you want hometown football to be. And I tell you what, you couldn't have asked for a better ball game here in the 2A state semifinals.
Absolutely. And, man, hats off to both sides. The coaching staffs for both sides. These teams are well prepared. Brad, this was a pretty well-played game. There was not a lot of flags till right towards the end when they got a couple substitution infractions.
Right.
But for the most part, there was I don't remember, but maybe one holding call the whole game.
Yeah.
I mean, this was a well-played football game. And, man, I'm thankful to have been a part of this.
Oh, wow, what a time. 2A state semifinals. It has been a fun one here on ASN. I mean, come on now. I mean, can it really, does it get any better? I mean, really, does it get any better? Look, this is Arkansas football at its finest right here. This is what Arkansas playoff football is supposed to be. And I tell you right now, like you said, two great teams, two great communities. They have been it's just been a great time here at Carlisle. It's been awesome. So let me go down the list here again. I know I say a lot about our sponsors. We got to have these guys. We've got to have these sponsors to make it happen here. So we appreciate them. We want to make sure that we do. Brian Cunningham at Lonoke County Farm Bureau. We appreciate you. Riceland Foods, both Carlisle and Hazen. You've been great to us. We appreciate that. Along with Petra Seed and Grain. Couldn't do it without you. Bob's Food City out of Mount Ida. You were the one Mount Ida sponsor that we got tonight. I do appreciate you guys. Nothing against Mount Ida. Hopefully next time we have a Mount Ida game, we'll have some sponsorship over there. Appreciate the heck out of them. First State Bank here in Carlisle, but they also have Lonoke and Heber Springs, Fayetteville, and Gurdon. Frank Elder Well and Supply, we appreciate you. And Aveda's Diner. Aveda's Diner, I'm going to just tell you, last week they actually paid for a game, and we did not get their mention in one time because there was some confusion. So we appreciate Aveda's Diner for being kind to us and helping us with that. So let's talk about what happened here tonight, Sean. It was Carlisle and their ability to run the football and milk the clock. I mean, you want to talk about an old-school, hard-knock, grindstone ball game. Carlisle was able to do just enough. Mount Ida, I'm going to tell you, they did enough tonight as well. Somebody has to win. Somebody has to lose. Unfortunately for the Lions, they are the ones that are going home. Fortunately for Carlisle, they get a chance to go one more week.
Yeah, absolutely. And both teams, like you said, both teams were able to and by the way, great show of class right here. As Carlisle is going over with the Mount Ida kids and embracing them. Because, look, there ain't no doubt in my mind both of these teams have a ton of respect for each other because tonight was a battle. Like you said, man, great job by Carlisle of running the clock and killing the clock at home on a playoff game. You got the crowd behind you. But great job by Mount Ida in response to taking it down to the 5-yard line.
Yes.
With an opportunity. And, yes, I mean, everybody kind of knew they were going to throw the football. But after that hard count penalty, I mean, really, the option game was still in play with 5 yards. But, man, you can't fault anybody's effort. You tip your hat to both teams. Carlisle is going to represent, but if Mount Ida would have won, they would have represented well in the state championship game too. Hats off to both teams, both staffs, both communities.
Absolutely. So let me go over here. I'm going to look at my Hazen game. 50-16. They're still in the fourth quarter. It's not quite mercy rule time over there, but what a great ball game here. Hazen's going to go on to the state finals. You've got teams that are 4 or 5 miles apart from each other playing for the state finals and state championship in 2A. I mean, really, does it get any better than that?
No, and you want a couple score updates?
Yes.
So Elkins right now in the third quarter is up 55-49 on Nashville. Warren Malvern is tied 21-21 in the third quarter.
Man.
And, that 4A is tough.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And Arkadelphia is rolling up right now, 41-13. So, I mean, Shiloh 41-13 over Camden, which really isn't surprising, but Catholic has made it a game.
Look at this one.
Benton Greenwood 24-24 in the fourth quarter. Wow. Yeah, and Conway Bryant, I mean, Bryant is just a train that one of these days might get off the tracks, but probably not.
Man, you're right about that. 5 possible state championships in a row.
Bentonville 12, Cabot 7.
I just want to see Bentonville and Bryant match up. I don't know what's going to happen there, but I want to see it. But we have a Harding Academy score. I don't know.
Harding Academy 22-14 over McGee right now.
I'll tell you what. I saw McGee a couple years ago come to Atkins. That's a hard-nosed bunch there.
Dude, Melbourne and Glen Rose 21-20 right now. Melbourne. Boonville 28, Osceola 20.
What a time here. So, again, let me go back and let me re-announce this again. We're going to give away an Arkansas State Player of the Year. We're going to give an overall Player of the Year to the most deserving player, the guy that had the best season in the state of Arkansas. We're going to have that here. Could it be a Jason Sullivan from Carlisle? You know, we've mentioned Deshaun Chairs. We've mentioned all of these guys. I don't care if you play on a field that's brown at this time of the year, or if you've got enough to make it green, or you got turf or whatever, it don't matter. It does not matter. All I want to know is who was statistically the most important player in the state of Arkansas to their team. Success is going to be counted into that. So we're going to find out. We're going to start taking nominations. What we've got to have to get those nominations, we've got to have some stats. We need to know stats. We got to have stats to be able to know who it was. Obviously, like I said, you know, you get a Carlisle guy and maybe a Mount Ida guy in, and you say, well, Carlisle won this game, went on to the finals. I mean, that's kind of how the process is going to work. We're going to talk to people. We're going to talk to different people. We're going to talk to coaches and people around the areas of those. I mean, we're going to do our research. But the week after the state finals, we're giving away an Arkansas Player of the Year. You don't want to miss that. We'll put that out there very soon. And, again, we've got Hazen playing against EPC. You've got that one over there on the Arkansas High School Sports Network. If you haven't liked us on Facebook, on Arkansas Sports Network, where you get your Razorback coverage and high school coverage. The Arkansas High School Sports Network, just high school. And then we've got our YouTube that you're watching us on right now. If you haven't subscribed to that, make sure you do. We've got all kinds of stuff that comes out. Guys, we love doing this. We couldn't do it without you. We couldn't do it without our sponsors. Let me get a read in for Brian Cunningham one more time. Local farmers support our community, which is why Farm Bureau Insurance supports farmers with Ag Promise, a truly comprehensive policy that protects everything farmers rely on. It's affordable and backed by fast, friendly service. Brian Cunningham, an Ag Promise certified agent in Lonoke County. Call him at 501-676-3111 to learn more. How about protecting your agribusiness with Farm Bureau Insurance? Happy birthday to Jessa and her friend Tyler. Is that what it says? I guess it is.
I don't know who they are. It's your phone.
Okay, got it. Yes, happy birthday. Happy birthday to, is it Jessa, I believe, and her friend Tyler. Yeah, I got you in there. Hope we did you guys right. We tried our best. Thanks again to Riceland Foods. Been a great help to us. And I can't thank you enough. Sean, man, it's been good. Justin, it's been a long time since I've been in the booth with you.
Oh, been a minute, buddy. Me and Sean go way back.
We're gonna see if we can be at one more place next week. So if you want to watch this Carlisle team playing the state finals, they will be broadcast next week. I don't know the time on Arkansas PBS.
It's free.
And that's 2A, 5A, 6A, 7A next week. 3A and 4A will be the following week. You can watch all those on the Arkansas PBS through the AAA app, all of that. We at the Arkansas Sports Network, we're done with 2A for this year. But maybe we'll be at a 3A or 4A game next week. We're watching scores right now. We do have one open door if that team does win. We'll find out in just a moment. So I think I've covered it all. I think we've kind of went through everything. What an exciting ball game this was.
Absolutely.
Fantastic play. It was unbelievable, and it looks like that Hazen has went into the mercy rule now at 56-16. So
Man, I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to come in with you guys. I enjoyed it. Had a great time. Love high school football. Obviously, it's what I do for a living. But man, what a great, just honestly representation of high school football, which is so important to each community.
Yes.
These communities come out and support their team, and it's a big deal that draws communities together and brings that togetherness, man. Just thank you for the opportunity, and I had a great time today. Anytime you ever need me, I'm
okay.
Unfortunately, right now I'm available.
Right. Sean, the defensive coordinator at Berryville High School. You've been at Baptist Prep.
Yes.
Right. Graduate of Pottsville High School. So we appreciate you, man, and just your insight. You did a great job tonight on your insight, letting everybody know, just kind of giving them an idea of what's happening. You did a good job painting the picture. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this up again from Carlisle 2A state semifinals. Carlisle 25, Mount Ida 20. It is going to be Hazen. It is going to be Carlisle. And unless the craziest thing ever happens in high school football history, it's going to be Hazen and Carlisle at War Memorial Stadium. And, boy, I'll tell you what, we have had a great time. We thank Carlisle for being a part with us. Carlisle, you have supported the Arkansas Sports Network in a great way. We cannot thank you enough. I can't even begin to tell you. Wow. Can't thank you enough. What we got?
55-55 Nashville Elkins. In the
I don't know
fourth
if we can. I don't know if there's a way to pull that up. Anyway, let's kill it here. Anyway, thank you for joining us here on the Arkansas Sports Network. 2A state semifinals. Again, final score from Carlisle. Carlisle 25, Mount Ida 20. Great ball game, great communities. We'll see you again next time right here on the Arkansas Sports Network.